Oh, you're so sweet, I swear. Te mando un besito.
All right, we're on. Just Go Ask Nicole TV. We're live. Happy Halloween. Today we're joined by, I actually never even asked. It's pronounced Grizelda Pughe, right?
That's right. Yeah, Grizelda Pughe.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no, I never even asked. I just kind of assumed that I had it right, but sometimes I assume things and I'm incorrect, and then I'm live, and then I don't know what I'm talking about.
Well, you got it right there. That's right, Grizelda Pughe.
Yeah, hell
Is
yeah,
that
hell yeah.
in your intro there? Is that Betty Boo?
In the intro, yeah, I think it is. I think it's Betty Boop.
She a friend of yours?
In real life, yes. On the internet, no.
Oh, okay, good. I like her.
Yeah,
She's nice. Good
yeah.
looking.
Once we're online, she likes to pretend like she doesn't know me.
She's one of those. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah,
I just love to meet her one day. If you could arrange that, that'd be really good.
I probably could. Just don't expect her to follow you back on any social medias.
Oh God. Okay, then fair enough.
Yeah, some of these girls have a reputation to uphold.
Well, I'm sure she does. She's a fine, fine woman.
Dude, Betty Boop is probably a 10.
Yeah. Oh yeah, God, a 10, 11, a 12, whatever. She's great. She's my favorite. Well, what? No, one of my favorites.
I've always been a little confused by her hair, though. I'm not quite sure. I mean, it looks
No,
great. Don't get.
yeah, I don't mind. I don't care. I don't really look at that sort of thing. Anyway, I've seen her recently on television. Amazing, amazing woman. Great,
Yeah,
boxing
yeah,
figure, the whole works.
yeah. You can't beat Betty Boop. It gets no better than Betty Boop.
No way, no way, Jose.
All right. What are I don't know. What are is this really your big? Is this your only Halloween plan? Do you have anything more exciting coming up later in the day or early? Did you do something better earlier in the day?
Well, no, I didn't really plan anything for Halloween. Most of my days are like Halloween.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think Halloween on the day of Halloween specifically, it's funny. Halloween is kind of presented as this kind of niche, like the nerds that like horror movies. But then when it comes to Halloween Day, only the cool kids go to Halloween parties. It really is like a cool kid holiday. Whereas the real Halloween nerds just kind of live it every day.
Yeah, that's right, definitely. And what's with the sweets? Why is everyone eating sweets on Halloween?
Well, I'm sure you've seen those dirty white boy in the chat. What's up, man? What are you up to for Halloween? Um, the sweets on Halloween, you all know those kids that when you hand them an apple, they throw the apple back at your house or something.
Yeah, and eggs, assholes.
Yeah, you can't risk getting an apple. That'll go right through your window. And I mean, I was one of those kids back in the day. If I was trick or treating and you handed me an apple, I probably would have thrown it right through your living room window. So I guess that makes sense. The sweets, I'd be curious to know when that started. Every holiday has these cool like histories of when these things started. Who was the first kid to go demand candy from an old person on Halloween?
That was a good kid. I like that kid. He was sensible. He had a good business plan, and he went with it.
Yeah, yeah. It's I don't know. One do trick or treating is there needs to be no age limit. If I ever became any kind of politician or any kind of serious figure, one of my first things would be no more age limits for trick or treating. I should be allowed to go trick or treating, and I should get candy. Or I don't know, maybe there should be an adult version of trick or treating. Maybe people start handing out beer. If it's an adult, you bust out the booze or the illicit substances.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good. I don't know when that's gonna. Are they bringing that in soon in America?
I think it's been happening for the last 10 or 20 years. I never leave the house anymore, so maybe I'm just missing out. Maybe it's my fault.
Yeah, yeah. Well, if you come to my door, I'll give you some illicit substances.
Well, remember the big hype? Did this ever happen to you? I know we probably definitely grew up a little differently, but when I was a kid, the big hype in the 90s was be careful on Halloween because adults are gonna put drugs in your candy. And then, it's pretty much a meme nowadays where it's like, who was handing out these free drugs are expensive. Who was handing out free drugs on Halloween?
Jesus. They, I just, why would they do something like that? I mean, you got drugs, you keep them for yourself, not to give them to kids. I mean, they're not going to appreciate them, assholes.
Yeah, the kids don't know what they're doing with them anyways, especially kids nowadays. Kids nowadays are, I don't want kids nowadays. I don't know. I'll go ahead and say, I think they're a little soft. These kids nowadays, they don't, they stay inside all day. They're playing Roblox all day. They're not going outside. No one's vandalizing anything anymore. No one's TPing any houses. They're just inside.
TPing?
Yeah, toilet paper.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I like toilet paper. It's great. Not in the house.
It's a little, what's the word? It's a little, I don't know, prehistoric. I see a lot of people hate on toilet paper nowadays. They talk about those bidets.
I've never got used to the bidet. I have to be honest with you. It's a little frightening to me.
Me too.
Yeah, does it work? Does it really get you clean down there?
My question is where does the water come from that the bidet uses? Is it just shooting the dirty toilet water back up at you? Is there some clean water source?
There's no knowing what they're doing with that stuff. That's disgusting. Toilet paper all the way for me. All the way.
Yeah, at least you know where it comes from. At least you can keep track of it yourself. Yeah, I want to know, where does this bidet water come from? And what about the pressure? Do you get to change the pressure on it? Is it going up too far? Is it hurting? Is it not hurting? What if it's too soft? It's just not doing anything.
There's a whole lot of stuff written down on the screen here. Is it about the bidet?
No, he's talking about the drugs and the candy. Let me see. Guys in the 90s putting drugs into candy when we were kids were ahead of their time. Kids suck now. No more mischief nights. No more TP house. Like, that was some of my favorite memories. Yeah, vandalizing houses back in the day was like prime activity.
Yeah.
My sister, I have a younger sister. She asked me one time. She was like, I was telling her about how we used to go out and mess with people's houses, vandalizing. And she's like, oh, why don't you do that now? And I'm like, well, because back then, if I got caught, the cops would just drive me to my mom's house. But now I go to jail. Like, I'm like the 30-year-old in the newspaper for vandalizing someone's house. And it's not the same anymore.
It's not a good look for a 30-year-old. No, they don't look after the 30-year-olds. That's what I find.
Yeah. No, it's all the hippies' fault with the whole "don't trust anyone over 30" motto. That
God damn hippies, motherfuckers.
Yeah, no. There's no more hippies today. There are hippies today, but they tend to be fake. I noticed. You got a lot of these fake hippies that I see that they don't really know what they're into. They see a movie, they think it looks cool. Back in the day when hippies were living on communes, and those are the real deal hippies. But nowadays, I don't know.
God damn it. Who's that behind you there? She's nice.
Linnea Quigley, dude. She's like one of the greatest of all time. She's in a lot of 80s horror movies.
Nice. What kind of horror?
She's in this movie called Night of the Demons. That's a really good movie. Every movie she's in, she gets naked, by the way. So, Night of the Demons. She's in a movie called Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers. That's what this poster is from, Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers. She's in a movie called Graduation Day. I think she gets her head cut off in that movie. She's in a movie called Silent Night, Deadly Night. She gets impaled on like a deer. There's a deer head on a wall with the antlers, and some guy sticks the antlers through her. Basically, she's pretty cool. She's one of the greatest, I think.
Sounds good. You ever seen Two-Headed Shark?
No, I'd imagine that's a cheap movie, a low budget, trashy movie.
Oh, I don't know. It seemed pretty good to me. I mean, had a two-headed shark. I mean, that's two more than the one. Yeah, there's quite a few more heads than a normal shark. It had a lot of very good actresses and actors in it. Fine film.
Dude, Two-Headed Shark from 2012. Brooke Hogan was in that movie. How have I not seen this?
It's amazing. It's just, I can't understand how they come up with these ideas. A two-headed shark. I mean, that's amazing. Jaws had one head. Shit film. Two heads, brilliant.
Dude, it literally has Carmen Electra and Brooke Hogan. I gotta watch this like immediately.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, and if I'm being honest, some of the actors are a little bit like they might have been in some other type of entertainment before being in the two-headed shark film.
You know what's better? I just Googled this. There's also sequels. In 2015, we got Three-Headed Shark. In 2017, we got Five-Headed Shark. And in 2018, we got Six-Headed Shark. And in 2016, we got Atomic Shark.
Fantastic. They just run with these ideas. They get them, these geniuses, they get these ideas and they go mad. I just love that. I think that's a six-headed shark. I mean, who could have thought of that? After two-headed shark, they thought three, then four, then five, then six. It's just amazing.
Yeah, sometimes I sit around and I wonder why I haven't succeeded yet, why I haven't become famous, and it's because I'm not thinking of ideas like dude, Three-Headed Shark has Danny Trejo and Rob Van Dam. This is the most incredible series I've ever seen.
Well, you're lucky. You're lucky to have found it. That's all I can say. They're really great movies.
Yeah, this might be the best thing I've ever been introduced to. I didn't know Rob Van Dam was in a movie about a three-headed shark. Dude, this is incredible. Then there's Planet of the Sharks, just a whole planet with only sharks on it, it looks like.
Now, Planet of the Sharks sounds fantastic. I'm a little bit choked up about that. That sounds like a really great movie. Better than that stupid film about the apes. Oh, Jesus.
I've never seen Planet of the Apes. I'd probably rather go to. It would depend on if the Planet of the Sharks has land on it. I don't like being in water, so if it was like an only water planet, I wouldn't want to go there. But
Yeah. You're not going to last long on a planet with just water and sharks. It's not going well for humans there. Or clowns.
yeah, I wonder if there is a planet of clowns. I mean, have you seen Killer Clowns from Outer Space?
No. Oh my God. What an amazing film.
Yeah,
What?
Yeah, let me I've actually never seen it. It's been on my list for a long time. As a horror movie fan, everyone knows this. It's from 1988. There's a movie called Killer Clowns from Outer Space. These clowns come down from outer space and they turn people into cotton candy and they eat them. They turn people into.
That's fantastic. What a great idea. There's a great film called Poultrygeist. You seen that?
No, but I am familiar with that one.
Yeah, so that's a great idea for a film. Chickens getting their revenge. The chicken gets a bad deal in life. Chicken gets a really, really bad deal. Locked up in those cages, eaten.
Yeah, I can imagine it'd be fun, especially, they seem to get real tight crammed in there. I always wonder what they are thinking when they're, like when you're in it kind of looks like when you're like at a music festival, like the equivalent for humans is if you're at a music festival and you're pushed up against the guardrail and there's just hundreds of thousands of people all around you and you can't move anywhere. That's what it'd be like to be a chicken, except you're not going to get out of there. You're going to get eaten.
Yeah, you're getting killed. I mean, it would be pretty bad if you were pushed up against the guardrails, having to listen to something like Metallica. Oh my God, what an awful day that would be.
I think it would, for me, it would depend on when Metallica we're talking about. Are we talking about today Metallica or like late 80s Metallica?
Oh, today? I would say today.
Yeah, today would be bad.
I mean, they might play that song "Nothing Else Matters," and that goes on for fucking ever.
I remember, I am a Metallica fan, but I do remember when I was a kid, my mom loves Metallica, and she used to, whenever they would come on in the car, I would ask her, why is this so long? They always have those long intros with instrumental, like, why is this so long? And, she'd give me some generic, there's no answer to it. They just like to do it, it seems like.
Yeah, but it's that other song. What's that one? One. He's got no legs. He's got no arms. Can't talk. He's got no eyes, ears. Pointless song. It's just boring.
Yeah, one is not my favorite. That is one that everyone seems to like. I don't know why that's the one that popped off from there. That's like their first big, or it's not their first big song, but that was, yeah, they made the music video for it back on MTV, and that was like the one that really took off, and I never got that one.
Yeah, dreadful. I mean, he's closing his eyes, but he's already blind, so he can't see. He's closing his eyes and waiting for death. What's the point? Jesus, asshole.
All right, since we're on music, I'll take care of business really quick just while we're on it. You have a song. You have a new single? Is it already out or is it coming out today?
Out today to celebrate Halloween. Celebrate the Day of the Dead. Well, that's not the Day of the Dead. That's tomorrow. The Day of the Ghosts. To celebrate that, I released my new single, "Let Them Eat Oysters."
What do you
By
put? What do you,
Grizelda with me.
I was gonna say, yeah. What do you put it on? Where can people find it?
Spotify, I think. Yeah, all of the streaming platforms.
All the good stuff. Okay, yeah, I see it on Apple Music right here. So it is up. Apple Music, Spotify. I go Apple Music over Spotify. I gotta say, that's just me though. But
Oh no, I'm the same. I like Apple Music. It's cheap, good price, good sound. It's great.
we got questions for you. What's your favorite cigarette brand? He says, what do you guys smoke out in London?
Navy Senior Service. It's a cigarette for the Navy. A great cigarette.
Is it really called Senior Service?
Yes.
Let me check this out. I got to see this. Yeah, we're big fans of cigarettes here on the channel. Yeah, Senior Service was a British brand of filterless cigarettes. Filterless cigarettes. That's hardcore too.
Oh yeah.
Launched in 1925. This is old school. A subsidiary of Japan Tobacco. Oh, this actually looks pretty cool. The only British cigarettes I'm familiar with that I'm able to get here easily, anyways, are Dunhills.
Oh yes, a classic. A classic from the 80s. And the Embassy #1, B&H. But the Senior Service is it's a fine institution of the Navy there. Not
Yeah,
clowns anymore.
and those are filterless. Yeah, that's hardcore. The last time I was smoking filterless cigarettes, I was like a teenager, and so yeah, that's awesome. I respect anyone that smokes a filterless cigarette, like immediately, no matter what else I may learn about them. If they're smoking a filterless cigarette, full
Yeah.
respect for me.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing. I mean, I could do literally anything. You're saying I could do anything.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, cool, great. I'll get on with that.
yeah, absolutely anything. Okay, real quick, I guess while we wait for if anything else pops off in chat, what do you how do you describe your music? Like if somebody asked you what kind of music do you make, what would you call it?
Skanky clown music from the future.
I actually kind of agree with that. Off the couple of tracks that I listened to, that makes the most sense to me, honestly.
Oh, nice, great. Yeah, well, it's an easy thing to remember, and I don't remember much, so that's why I remembered that one. That's good. Thanks. Nice. I'm pleased that you agree.
Has anybody ever accused you of being associated with Insane Clown Posse?
Do you know what? You had a guest on your show, Lee Christian, and he talked about the Insane Clown Posse. And I think he said something about them being juggalos. Juggalos, is that right? Yeah. I'm not. No, I don't know them personally.
You
Do
know,
you? You met them?
it's no. So actually, I think Dirty White Boy left the chat. This guy that was in here earlier, but he's down with the Juggalos, and he's a personal friend of mine. The Juggalos, have a history of like the FBI went after them for a time in like the 90s. They thought they were a gang. And, they were like, oh, this is clearly a gang. And I'm not a fan of ICP, Insane Clown Posse, but their fan base, their following is hardcore. I have respect for that. The fact that they have this following of people that basically have a gathering every year. It'd be like if you just started throwing a festival every year and hundreds of thousands of people showed up and dressed like you. You know what I mean?
Love that. I really love that. Ah, I might join these people. I'm gonna find out where they live.
I think they'd be cool to hang out with. I don't like their music. but I'd be down to hang out with them. That's kind of, you know what I mean? Like that's where that's where I'd be at with it. Like I'll come to your gathering. Dude, they got like a whole carnival and like Ferris wheels and shit. I'd be down with all that. I just don't like the music. But I don't think they care if you like the music. They're just trying to smoke filterless cigarettes and hang out.
Nice. Do you have to be insane to join?
Uh, I'm sure they would say yes, but I'm sure you get to define what insanity is to you. You know what I mean? So it's kind of a
Oh,
loophole.
yeah, that's good because I don't really want to go to the doctors to join the posse or the psychologist. I don't know who declares you insane.
You know, yeah, I think it's the doctors, but I think they will just declare anybody insane because they want to keep bringing you back.
Ah, yeah, that's true. Yeah. It's a good point, especially when they get paid for it.
Yeah, that's kind of the problem that I've noticed. They'll tell you that you're insane for anything just because they want to, you know, they want to keep seeing you. They want to keep getting paid.
They told that Britney Spears she was insane. Locked her up. Terrible.
We got Fizz. Fizz is one of our chat regulars. He says Killer Clowns from Outer Space was the first movie my son picked himself to watch. He was 5. He turned on the TV, turned on the Xbox, went to Netflix and picked Killer Clowns. And I said, "Are you sure?" He was 5. He giggled through the entire movie. All right, right on. Yeah, you have more love for Killer Clowns from Outer Space. A clown from
Uh,
outer space is, you know, I mean, what beats that?
that's great education for a 5-year-old. I mean, that's going to set him up for life. He's never, ever going to have a problem again after that. Amazing.
Yeah, I would think so. I would imagine it's, you know, there's nowhere else to go from there.
No. You can leave school. You graduated.
That's what I would think. Did you go to clown school or are you a self-appointed clown?
It just happened. I woke up like this one day. Dreadful
Yeah.
mistake.
That,
What happened?
that's usually what I hear from other clowns that I've known, that it's almost like they have no choice. It's like being Spider-Man.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, I went to sleep one day. I was a chartered accountant. Next day, I was a clown. Oh,
Is the pay
no,
good?
no.
No.
I was much better off as an accountant. They when you go in like dressed like this, they won't take you seriously. No one's giving you your money. Their money, not your money. If they gave me my money, that would be weird. No. Anyway, sorry. Carry on.
No, I mean that they just kind of that way. They give you your money, but then they stop giving you your money one day.
Yeah, that's true. Nice.
I think I think Steve-O wanted to be I think Steve-O wanted to be like a rodeo clown. Steve-O went to clown school, but even he couldn't hack it. So I mean, you got one leg up on Steve-O right there.
Is he the man who likes being hitting the balls?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of him, but yeah.
He likes that. He's very into that. It's a nice. It's a good hobby if you like that kind of thing. It's nice. Yeah, good on him.
Oh yeah, see right here. Fizz's son is on a full academic ride at college after watching Killer Clowns from Outer Space at 5. So yeah, you are totally right. That is a good.
Yeah, go him. That's fantastic.
That is a good way to start. Facts. Protomax would not let you account his money. Not because you're a clown, but because you're British. Okay, so we got some hate for British going on here.
That's fair enough. We're pretty bad people.
I think when it comes to the UK, I think it depends. I don't know. Do you guys have I'm trying to think about a comparison like here. Like here, I might say I wouldn't let anybody from down south account my money, but I'd let people from up north handle my money. Is there anything similar like that over there?
Oh yeah, it's the other way around here. I mean, you wouldn't let anyone up north anywhere near your money. Jesus, no way.
Okay. So it's like the opposite over there.
Yeah, it's flipped round. It's like the bizarro America.
That's always a good way to put it too. Yeah, I've always wanted to. I have a friend that just went over to England. I think she went and did all the touristy stuff though. She didn't go to anywhere actually. You know, she went to like the castles and the you know, whatever else. I've always wanted to go to England and I want to go like I want to buy drugs in England. I want to go to the, you know, to the streets. That's what I've always wanted to do there.
Oh, well, you could try that. Oh,
Okay, Protomax is a troll and he says UK people are cool with him.
Oh, nice. Oh, okay. Well, we're all right, but not great.
Yeah. Seems like we're all right so far. You do have the filterless cigarettes going for you though, so that is always a plus.
You said I can do whatever I want, so I got a cow. Well, not cat. Carte blanche. That's what they say. Carte blanche.
So you know what I do have to ask everyone that comes on. Are you what kind of music do you like? What kind of music do you like that you don't make that you like? You know, you're sitting around on a Sunday, you got nothing to do, you're gonna listen to music. What will you listen to first?
I like the music of Frank Zappa. He's a great man. A great man. Some very fine music from him.
So okay, so Frank Zappa's your top guy. Are you a rock and roll guy?
No, well, maybe a little bit. Yeah, I think I like a bit of rock and roll, a bit of everything. I like it crazy. I like the music crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. What do you think about, we talk a lot about music of yesteryear compared to today. Like there's a few things I like today. Like I'm a fool for the modern. I love Taylor Swift. I love Sabrina Carpenter. I acknowledge that that's lame, but I do like that stuff. But overall, I like old music way better. Everything I listen to is older. I've listened to a lot of the stuff from the 80s, a lot of 60s, go to the 90s. Do you prefer older stuff to today's stuff, or is there anything from today that you like?
I like some of the music from today. Yeah, definitely. Some of it's really great. The thing I don't like is the modern metal, the modern heavy metal music. Like, what happened to them? They've all gone funny. Like, yeah, Slayer was great. Just crazy. And then they do the funny voice and the silly. They do some silly sort of choir voice singing in between it.
It's metal to me today it's overproduced for one. It's way too slick. The guitars sound like complete bass. Trying to think of any even example. It's not even, it's not even actual metal. There's the stuff they call metalcore or like post-hardcore. There's this band called Sleep Token that's going around that everyone likes. They kind of seem like a joke. I think there's kind of like some lightweight rapping in it, which is very strange. Yeah, metal is very overproduced. You mentioned bands like Slayer, right? It was raw. It sounded like guys playing in a garage, and you just recorded it. I love. I do like Megadeth. Uh, I'm a sucker for the hair metal. I know that's not real metal. It's more like pop rock, basically. But even that stuff sounded more raw. Everything today is just so overproduced. It sounds digital.
I agree, 100%. Yeah, that's totally right. It was great when it was just people going a bit wild. It's not like that now.
Yeah,
I
no,
like
nobody.
Megadeth. I actually quite like Megadeth. They're really good. I like Rust in Peace. That was a good album.
Yeah, Megadeth was great. It's I guess I just saw actually, speaking of Megadeth, Dave Mustaine just announced they're gonna record. He called it Megadeth's last album, and he said he's gonna cover "Ride the Lightning" by Metallica because he wrote that song.
Uh,
I thought that's kind of cool. It's funny that he's, Dave Mustaine. I like him even more than Megadeth overall, just like as a character in music. I would assume kind of like you like Frank Zappa, right? Like he, aside from just the music, Frank Zappa is just a character. He's just a rock and roll personality.
yeah, that's true. That's quite correct. Yes.
And yeah, we don't really have those guys anymore. There's nobody today that has a persona. There's certainly no Frank Zappa today. Who is the modern day Frank Zappa? I don't know. I mean, I'm obviously a John Lennon fan. Who is the modern day John Lennon? And even John Lennon was kind of a goofball, right? I'll make fun of him all day. But there's no modern day John Lennon. There's no modern day Frank Zappa. There's no modern day. Yeah, okay, Fizz brought up a good example. There's a band today called Poppy. They're like I guess they'd be considered like a metalcore band, and they have a female vocalist, and I like female vocalists, but she screams. She does this kind of screaming. What do you think about screaming in a lot of the metal music? Like now, there's no one sings anymore, really.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was talking. They kind of do a ballady bit, then they do a screaming bit, then they do a bit. It's just it's horrible. Yeah, I think I've heard of Poppy. Poppy. Yeah. Something did she do a song about concrete?
I don't even know. I've never even listened to enough to even know what a song would be about. I know they played on Jimmy Kimmel like a few months ago. It was a few months ago, and that was kind of a big deal. Or no, it wasn't Poppy. It was some band, and they brought on the vocalist of Poppy to do or whatever. But Dave Mustaine always struck me as the guy. That's what I love about Dave Mustaine, though. Dave Mustaine is driven by like bitter, like he's kind of angry all the time. But for some reason he pulls it off very well, and you can hear Dave Mustaine's like bitterness in Megadeth's music, and it creates this very
He get
good.
chucked out of Metallica. He got chucked out of Metallica for killing the bassist.
Yeah, he was too hardcore for Metallica.
I think he drive the coach or something that crashed.
No, he wasn't driving. I think he might have got kicked out before that happened. He got kicked out because he would drink, and he was like an angry, violent drunk, and they didn't like being around him.
Oh, yeah, he's my kind of guy. Angry, violent drunks all the way. Nice. I like it.
They're honestly better than, some people drink and they get real friendly. They get real, they want to hug you and they want to talk, and it's if you're angry and bitter, you're probably okay with me ignoring you and leaving you in the corner by yourself, and I prefer that way better.
Yeah. It's true. It's a good reason to get rid of him.
Yeah, it worked out for the best. We got Megadeth. If they didn't kick him out, we would only have Metallica today. Metallica would probably be a little bit better because they'd have Dave Mustaine on guitar, but I prefer the way we have it today.
Yeah, I agree. You like Raining Blood?
Yeah, by Slayer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a classic.
Angel of Death?
I'm honestly not a huge Slayer fan. I'm sure I've heard Angel of Death. I'd have to go back and listen to it. I don't go out of my way to listen to Slayer. I guess when it comes to older metal, one of my favorites of all time is Pantera. To me, Pantera is one of the greatest.
Yeah. Now. Vulgar Display of Power, something like that. Is that them?
Oh yeah. Dave Mustaine was fired from Metallica April 1983. Fueled by his excessive alcohol and drug use. Yeah, Dave Mustaine was a crazy guy. Protomax, what about sad drunks? I like sad drunks too, because I like to talk about my ex-girlfriend a lot. So sad drunks, you can sit around and talk about your ex-girlfriends together.
Yeah, do that together. Yeah, that sounds like a good thing to do together.
You just compare ex-girlfriends with your buddy while you guys are both drunk. That's certainly the way to go. So what do you think about I don't know, now I'm on this Frank Zappa thing. I've never listened to a lot of Frank Zappa music. I more so just know about him, like, again, kind of as this character. I know he was involved with when the PMRC was going after music in the 80s. Frank Zappa, wasn't he at they did like a hearing with Dee Snider, and Frank Zappa was there. I know Frank Zappa's, hasn't he made like predictions of things to come that were going to happen in music, and they all were kind of, I don't know, he seems like a wise guy, and I mean that seriously, not a sarcastic wise guy, like one of those wise figures you would take advice from.
Yeah, definitely. He had a definite. I can't even think of the words to say. He had a good brain. He thought a lot about things. Very sensible man.
Yeah, very philosophical guy.
Yeah, it got very involved with the fall of communism in Eastern Europe as well. That's of Harvard, people like that. Very interesting man. Very interesting.
Let's see, if I look it up, it says Frank Zappa believed that communism failed because it conflicted with a fundamental human desire for personal ownership, stating, communism doesn't work because people like to own stuff. While critical of communism, Zappa was also a strong opponent of government overreach and censorship, and he famously argued that a greater threat to the United States was a move toward a fascist theocracy. Yeah, this guy is smarter than the average rock star, I would say.
Yeah, smarter than definitely. A kind of Yogi Bear, but smarter than the average rock star. Yeah, I like it.
Oh, Yogi Bear was awesome. Yogi Bear was great.
I loved him. What a great guy. Always getting the picnic baskets. God, him and Boo Boo. Well, Boo Boo was a nice man. Oh boy, whatever. Bang.
Yeah, Boo Boo was always one of the better sidekicks of all time for sure. The sidekick character is always so underrated, but Boo Boo really shined a light on that role.
He did. He really took it to a new place. Maybe they should have a sidekick in. Yeah, no, I don't know. Yeah, great. I might get a sidekick. It's good. Boo Boo.
You should get a sidekick. I know. Like I said, like we were talking about before we went live. You know, I've seen you live stream. You should have a sidekick on the show.
Yeah, I might have to abduct one. Employ one. Yeah, sorry.
Actually, yeah, that would be better if you forced a guy to work for you, basically.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I mean, I can do anything. I do smoke filterless cigarette. Oh yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You just post a job listing, just say I smoke filterless cigarettes, come be the sidekick, and if nobody shows up, you just go find somebody and
Abduct them. Yeah, nice. Good.
yeah, hold them against their will. What do you so you do the live streams. I think it's been, I don't know, when's the last time you hold on, let me look on your channel. I feel like it had been a few months.
Oh yeah, long time. I'm very, very, very lazy. I'm a lazy clown. It's not easy being a clown, to be honest with you. It's very annoying.
Oh yeah, I would imagine, like you said, you had no choice in the matter.
Nope, nope, no choice. Custard pies all the time. It's disgusting.
Do you? But if you ever get back to it though, you know, it's comedy, right? Like that's kind of what I assume the goal is.
Yeah, yeah, it's very silly. Yeah, it's silly. Just silly, fun entertainment for the whole family. I would recommend families to watch it regularly.
Picked up the letters on later, let her up. Big hired Dunkin' Donk for cheap. Who are Dunkin' Donk? You got to introduce me to these people, Fizz. Fizz is always in here saying crazy shit. I think
Don't. That's nice. Don't.
yeah, I think you got to do some kind of variety. You got to watch Tim and Eric, like I was saying. That's a great source of like material, old school stuff to look at, and then
Well, I
I like
like the Adult Swim has got the Rick and Morty. I like the Rick and Morty. They're good.
Rick and Morty is great. What do you think about Back to the Future?
I've not seen it. Is it good?
Oh, no way. Yeah, I've been on a big kick. Back to the Future, one of the greatest 80s films of all time. That's, you know, those are the characters that Rick and Morty are based off of.
Oh, you mean Back to the Future, the film, the Back to the Future?
Yeah.
I love that film. It's a great idea. Going back to the 50s. We should do that more often. Yeah. In a, I don't know. It's nice there. They had Butch. Was he called Butch? No, maybe he wasn't. I can't remember. Biff. He was called Biff.
Yeah, Biff.
Biff who beat up Marty McFly's dad. Oh man, he was a great guy.
Those are the midgets from WWE back in the day. Okay, yeah, I don't remember a Dunkin' Donk. Or were they hanging out with Doink the Clown? What do you think about Doink the Clown? You ever meet Doink the Clown?
I've heard of Doink the Clown, but I've never met him or seen him. Actually, I've heard good
He had a
things.
good he had a good I think he had a good look as far as clowns go. You know, some clowns here actually I can do this real quick.
There's Bozo the Clown. Oh, shit.
See this guy, he
Ah,
had green, you know, he did the green hair thing.
yeah, I like him. He's a good-looking guy.
Yeah, not a bad look. Some clowns, you know, some clowns I don't like the look, and then some clowns I do like the look. Do you know Captain Spaulding?
No, oh, I've never heard of Captain Spot. I like the name. It's a great name.
Oh yeah. Here, let me pull him up. He's one of my favorites. He's from a Rob Zombie movie that's like one of my favorites. But he's got the red, white, and blue look going on.
Woo! Nice.
Yeah, good look. And then I guess since I'm asking you about clowns now, the last one I'll ask. Are you familiar with Art the Clown?
Nope. Don't know Art the Clown.
Another horror movie clown. You know what's funny? I'm not a big fan of him as he's a mime to me. I don't know why people call him a. Actually, yeah, I should get your take on this. This is a mime, right? There's no way this is actually a clown. He's a mime.
Oh, I don't know. I don't think he's a clown.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
that's
he's a mime artist. Yeah, I know him.
Yeah, and he doesn't talk either. He's definitely a mime. I don't know why people call him a clown.
Jesus. Well, yeah, he just seems to be an interloper. I wouldn't give him the time of day.
No, I wouldn't either. I think there's a lot of phonies. They call themselves
Yeah.
clowns.
Yeah, I might be one of them. Who knows? I mean, this could be a whole ruse that I'm going through.
just faking it for the time being.
Yeah, faking it for the cameras. I want to be famous. I really do. I want to be the most famous person on the planet.
I think who is the most famous clown of all time? If we had to,
Bozo.
probably Bozo. Yeah. What about Ronald?
Oh my God! I'd forgotten all about Ronald. Jesus! Oh God! Yes, he is the most famous clown on the planet.
He's kind of not been around though lately. I don't really see him anymore.
They don't really like that kind of thing anymore around children. It's not really thought of highly anymore.
Yeah, I wonder why. It says he debuted in 1963. I mean, he should just be
Yeah, it
around
was a
for
different
tradition
world.
at this point.
It was a different world back then. It's just you can't do that kind of thing. They gotta get him. They gotta get him out of there.
And there's Puddles the Clown. Who's Puddles the Clown from America's Got Talent? I've never watched any of those TV talent shows like American Idol or Puddles. That's kind of a bad name, isn't it? That makes that's like Puddles. I don't know. That's not.
You see a picture of Puddles?
Yeah, let me see. Oh, this guy looks like he looks like one of the scary ones too.
Ooh.
A lot of white. A lot of white in the color scheme. Mostly white.
Oh my God! Yeah, he looks very yes. There's something not quite right there. He's too regal.
Yeah, clowns I feel like should have hair too.
Yeah, no crowns.
Or will I say that Captain Spaulding does have a shaved head also, but he at least has the beard to make up for it. But this guy's just got nothing.
No, that's why he's on America's Got Talent. Oh my
Yeah.
God! Even there.
Yeah, I wonder where he came up with the name Puddles. I don't know. It just sounds like a Puddles. I don't know. Like, what is there? Is it raining? Is it raining outside or something?
Yeah, I'm a bit scared of him. Oh, back. Oh, it's us. Nice.
What I never got the people that say they're afraid of clowns. I've never believed people that say they're afraid of clowns. To me that sounds like a trendy thing. People just say things that are trendy. It's not like I'm like a clown defender, but people that are just like, oh, I've always been afraid of clowns since I was a kid. Like, what? Why? You're just saying that because the next person said it.
It's true. It's true. I what's that? There's a famous clown, Pagliacci. What is that, Pagliacci?
Um,
Pagliacci. I don't know. Pagliacci.
I don't even know. I don't. Fizz in chat. Are you familiar with where this sounds like it's going? Pagliacci?
Something like that. It was in Seinfeld.
Oh, it was in Seinfeld.
And Crazy Joe Davola was dressed up as Pagliacci or Pagliacci. I can't remember.
If I look up Seinfeld clown, there's a character named Eric the Clown.
Yeah, he's the one who hadn't heard of Bozo. George got very cross with him. It was very funny. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It says George Costanza got into an argument with Eric the Clown when Eric told him he did not know who Bozo the Clown is.
That's right. George got very annoyed.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, who hasn't heard of Bozo the Clown?
I put in what clown did Crazy Joe Davola dress as?
What clown did crazy? What's his name? Joe Davola?
Yeah,
Is it the Seinfeld one?
yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's like Pagliaccio. It's Pagliaccio.
Oh, Pagliacci. I don't know. that's too difficult.
You know, I definitely can't pronounce it. Is it this guy though? When I look up Seinfeld clown, this guy pops up.
Yeah, there he is, Crazy Joe DeVola, and that's Kramer next to him there, and they're sort of talking. I think Kramer's scared of clowns in that picture.
I believe Kramer being scared of clowns, but just him.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely just him. I like Kramer. He's a nice guy.
Oh, you know what? I guess the Joker too is in the running for most famous clowns.
Oh, forgot about him. Oh my, how could you forget about the Joker? Jesus.
Yeah, it's got to be the Joker. He's at least top 5. It's like Joker, Bozo, Ronald. Maybe unfortunately, John Wayne Gacy might be in there in the top 5.
Oh, he really blew it for clowns, didn't he? Jesus, what was he thinking? My God.
Yeah, talk about clowns that did not do a good job at representing the clown community.
Yeah, I mean, I get so much trouble because of Gacy. He pisses me off. Jesus Christ, what's he thinking doing that sort of shit in a clown costume? I mean, I don't go around killing people in a policeman's officer's costume.
Yeah, and honestly, I would imagine that happens more often than people do it in clowns. But Gacy just
Yeah,
did it.
definitely. Yeah, that was. I didn't really think that coming through. I didn't really think what I was saying then. Stupid. Sorry.
Well, no. I mean, a lot of people do it, but Gacy just did it so, like, I don't want to say so prominently, or became so big that just one guy doing it ruined it. If somebody dresses up as a cop and goes out and messes with people, it doesn't necessarily hinder. I mean, it does hurt the reputation of cops, but not as bad as what Gacy did to clowns. Like Gacy,
Oh, yeah,
really
that's true. He was a selfish guy. Selfish. Very stupid.
the Seinfeld guy dressed like a character from an Italian opera, I think.
That's right. It was an opera. It was an opera, yes. Pagliacci. Pagliacci. That's I think that's how you say Pagliacci. Pagliacci. Oh.
That makes sense. So the G is probably silent.
Yeah, I reckon.
I think Pavarotti is saying that opera. I don't understand opera. I don't get people to listen to opera.
No, it's pretty annoying. Very long. They don't mess around, those operas. They're about 5 hours long. What
Are they really?
Yes. Well, maybe I don't know. Made that up. About 3 hours long. 2 hours long. Too long.
Yeah, the average opera's around 2 to 3 hours. That's crazy. Just 2 to 3 hours of somebody screaming.
Yeah, great. It is crazy. I did see an opera once where someone smashed a clock made out of ice and shouted, "I wish you'd all fucking die." That was amazing. That was a good opera. I can't remember the name of it. It was great.
That sounds like a better opera than most operas I've ever heard of or seen little clips of and whatnot.
Yeah, it was really good. Really good.
Yeah, I don't know. And I don't want to hear people talk about, oh, it's an acquired taste. To me, if it's an acquired taste, what I don't know, what are you acquiring? Why would you want to work to acquire something that sucks?
It's true. It's really true.
Italian, you often okay. So in Italy, they ignore the G in words. I wonder why. Italians. What's their beef with the letter G?
Yeah, I think sometimes. Oh, don't worry. They sometimes use GLI is pronounced ye, which is strange.
Oh yeah, that is a super weird one. I hear a lot of people say that English is a weird language though, and I would imagine, I don't know, there's some things I see in the English language that are kind of strange, but nothing as strange as just straight up ignoring letters or pronouncing letters differently.
We got some linguistics here. Actually, you basically just click your tongue to get the hard G sound, and right into the G. Oh, nice, interesting.
Yeah, I'm thrown for a curve here. Italy seems like a nice place though. I think
Oh, it's amazing. You would love Italy. It's beautiful, so lovely. It smells nice as well.
I could see Italy smelling good. I feel like Italians in Italy, right? I mean, there's two different kinds of Italians. There's like American Italians, and then there's Italian Italians. And I feel like the Italians probably all smell good.
They do. I have never. They smell really good. It's like soap. Everywhere smells of soap. It's nice.
If you look up, does Italy smell good? Of course, Google will tell you it's subjective. I doubt that, though. I'm sure Italy objectively smells good.
Yeah, Google's a twat.
Yeah, Google's always giving me stupid answers.
What's subjective about something smelling good?
People's reaction to their first time hearing opera is very visceral. You either love it or hate it. Richard Gere and Pretty Woman.
Richard Gere. Oh dear. I always laugh when I hear his name.
Isn't Richard Gere? Is he the hamster guy?
He is. I looked that up on Google, and they say it isn't true, and that people do not put hamsters up their assholes. But I can't believe that. I think Richard Gere's done that. I think he's done it. I think he's capable. I think he'd do it. I think he'd do it every day if he could. I think he had one up there in Pretty Woman.
It says the query Richard Gere hamster refers to a persistent urban legend that claims in 1984 Richard Gere had a gerbil. It was a gerbil surgically removed from his rectum. This story is entirely false and has been debunked by many sources, but it became a widespread rumor in the 1980s, possibly fueled by a homophobic culture and the spreading of disinformation. I don't understand what's homophobic about that. Some people just like gerbils.
Yeah, gerbils. They're okay. Gerbils. I don't know how he got one up his ass, but that's maybe he's an officer and a gentleman.
The Moore's in chat. Okay, yeah, the Moore correct us. Let us know it's a gerbil. Yeah, what's so bad about? Like, you can say Richard Gere put a gerbil up his ass. That doesn't mean he's a bad guy. No one say anything bad about it.
He's the hamster guy. Exactly. I don't think that's bad. I think if that's what he likes, they've got him as far as he's got in life. That's amazing. Well done. If you're going to put gerbils up your ass and make a million, that's great. That's great.
And then it says the debunking. The story has been consistently debunked as false by fact checkers, journalists, and even Richard Gere himself. And it's like, okay, well, journalists and Richard Gere might not be the most reliable sources. Like, that doesn't mean it's debunked.
Richard, yeah, he's not going to tell the truth about that. I mean, he's got reasons to not tell the truth.
Richard Gere is gay. Is he gay?
No, I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows? All I know is I would not let the gerbil be the determining factor in that. I'm sure there are plenty of straight people that do gerbil stuff too.
Probably. I mean, a lot of people own gerbils, just generally. They have them in a cage.
He was America's hottest man like 4 or 5 years in a row. Then people got sick of him taking over Hollywood. He did Pretty Woman after. Okay, so he did Pretty Woman after the gerbil thing.
Oh, good move. Very sensible. Very shrewd career move that was. Do the gerbil, then make Pretty Woman. Very sensible. That's good.
Yeah, that makes sense. If you want to fight those rumors, do a movie called Pretty Woman. I've never seen Pretty Woman, but I love Roy Orbison. I do know that.
Ah, yes. I like Roy Orbison. I like the Blue Bayou. The Blue Bayou.
Is Julia Roberts a dude? Do we think Julia Roberts is a dude?
Oh, I don't know.
So basically branded him as gay. Let me look up a picture of Julia Roberts now. I'm curious. Is Julia Roberts actually a man? I don't know. I'm only looking at like 3 pictures here. If she is a dude, she's a real hot dude. That's for sure. That is for sure.
George Costanza is in that film.
In Pretty Woman?
Yeah. He's an asshole in that film.
Okay, so now we got connections. Everything, you can connect a clown to everything through some degrees of separation. Oh yeah. Yeah, Jason Alexander plays Philip Stuckey.
Stuckey.
It's kind of like that. kind of like that theory, like 7 degrees of separation or whatever. You can relate everything back to anything. I forget exactly what it is, but everything can be related back to a clown at some point.
Yeah, I think that's probably true. I think that's true. I reckon I reckon that can happen every time you have a conversation. Easy.
If you Google images Julia Roberts and then man, all that really comes up is her, and it looked like her husband or something. Her and her husband do look like they could be related. I will say that. If this is her husband, yeah, it's her husband. I've also dated a girl though that people said we look like brother and sister. So I guess sometimes that just happens.
Yeah, it's gonna happen sometimes.
Does George gets his ass beat in the movie Pretty Woman?
Oh no. Yeah, he does. Yeah, at the end he gets beaten up. He was an asshole in that film. Horrible.
No, it sounds like the right call was made then. I've never been beaten up, actually.
But as a clown, you get kicked, punched, pushed, tripped. It's horrible. Horrible life. Horrible. I wouldn't say it's being beaten up. It's professional. You know.
Oh yeah. Well, then there are cases like that Joker movie, with what's the last time? What was the guy's name? Oh, Joaquin Phoenix when he played Joker in that movie. I don't know if you ever saw that one.
No, not yet. I want to see that one.
It's
Jack
really
Nicholson.
good.
Carry on.
It is really good. It's obviously really dark, but yeah, he gets messed with a lot, and then obviously he starts fighting back in pretty crazy ways.
Yeah, I gotta watch that. That sounds good. Jack Nicholson ended up with a vat of acid. That's how he became a Joker.
Yeah, what's your preferred? Some people have a preference when it comes to the Joker character. Do you like the origin story where it's he falls into the acid and he's scarred, or do you like it where he wears makeup,
Scar. I like the scar.
where
Yeah,
it's
I think that's
permanent?
cool. Yeah, it means that's why he's crazy. Although
Yeah, that
in the Dark Knight, I mean, Two Face has got the scar, so you want to have him without the. I don't know. I can't remember.
yeah, it makes sense. If I fell into a vat of acid and looked like that, I'd probably go pretty crazy too.
Yeah, me too.
It's about the game 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon. Is that the thing where everybody relates everything back to Kevin Bacon? The only Kevin Bacon movies I've seen are the Friday the 13th movie that he's in and Tremors. And I haven't even seen Tremors in years. But I don't know. Kevin Bacon, I think he's a little overrated. I mean, his name's Kevin Bacon.
It's true. It is Kevin Bacon. I might need to find something to plug my phone into. I'm running out of battery.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we only got a few more minutes, but I would imagine if you're too low, you should probably plug it in regardless.
Yeah. Oh no.
Scarred is more true to the comic book origins. Yeah, I think the Joker falling into the acid is pretty classic Batman comic book. Clown mask goes hard, looking good. I think that's a compliment for you.
Oh, nice. Thank you.
What the fuck is scary about to do with makeup on? Nothing. That's why I'm not scared of drag. Okay, Fizz is not scared of drag queens. There's some dudes that wear makeup that are scary. I mean, dude, like Motley Crue back in the Shout at the Devil days, those guys were a little scary looking.
They were quite crazy. They were crazy people.
The Sixth Sense is a good one. Are you just talking about good movies? No, you're talking about good Kevin Bacon movies. I forgot. I do this all the time. Where we'll be talking about something, and then somebody in chat will say something, and then I've already forgotten about it.
I forgot. I was thinking of Matt Damon, not Kevin Bacon, when they in the Team America. That's great. That film.
Oh, I
They
never
don't say
seen.
Kevin Bacon. They say Matt Damon. I like that. It's funny.
I've never seen Team. I've always wanted to see it. I know it came out when I was a kid, and I was too young to see it. But I've always
Oh,
wanted
it's
to.
funny. It's really funny.
I would imagine it looks good. I like the style, the kind of the dolls or the little puppet kind of things.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I just thought that would be an interesting movie. I guess. All right. Well, I guess before we do wrap up, I don't know. Someone in chat. We got 2 survivors left in chat. It's Halloween. I don't know. What are good Halloween plans, I guess. I always end up trying to scroll through Twitter looking for like last minute topics to bring up, and everything is so disappointing nowadays. It seems like nothing's cool anymore. It seems like Halloween is also not really cool anymore. And happy Halloween, everyone. Hope y'all have a fun and safe night. Yeah, I'm sure. You too, the more. By the way, I'm sure we all will, because all the kids stay inside nowadays. Like we said earlier, no, there are no troublemakers going out and about anymore. Do you guys get trick or treaters?
Huh?
Do you guys get trick or treaters? Does that even happen anymore?
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
I always they don't when they knock on my door. They seem to run away very fast. I don't know why. It's strange.
Yeah. I know. I couldn't imagine why.
No, me. Hello, man. Okay, what's that?
Yeah, it sounds like it's basically The Invisible Man. Is it a scary movie? The Hollow Man 2000. Yeah, horror, sci-fi. Okay. I think good. I just talked about this. Good. Oh, it's another Kevin Bacon movie. Cool. So we're still doing Kevin Bacon. Snap seems to be safe. No need to take all the candy. Well, you should still take all the candy just to take the candy.
Yeah.
No matter what, you should be taking candy. What was I saying? Halloween horror movies. I think Halloween horror movies, I just talked about this. They should be fun. There should be like a little bit of fun to it. Some horror movies are just purely, dark. And then some are fun, like Killer Clowns from Outer Space. That's a fun one.
Yeah, Brain Dead. That's a very good movie. Very funny and very violent. And it's by the guy who made the Lord of the Rings films, which is odd.
Okay, yeah, we're talking Peter Jackson now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he made a lot of crazy movies before Lord of the Rings. There's another one he made.
Bad Taste.
Yes, Bad Taste. Yeah, horror fans loved his stuff back in the 80s before Lord of the Rings. It is crazy. Yeah, Bad Taste, Meet the Feebles, Brain Dead. Yeah, and then just out of nowhere, this guy makes fucking Lord of the Rings. How crazy is that? You can make a movie like Bad Taste and Brain Dead and then make Lord of the Rings.
I know. I don't know how they gave him the job. It must have been crazy.
Then he also made the 2005 King Kong. I'm a big fan of King Kong. The original 19th. I love, just all of the King Kongs, the classics.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I like King Kong. He's a good ape. He's a great ape.
Yeah, I think he's misunderstood. King Kong is one of those misunderstood guys. They should
really good. It's nice to the lady. He's just the guys he doesn't like. He doesn't like guys. That's fair enough.
Yeah, that's what I always liked about King Kong. He's a chivalrous guy.
Yeah, he's good. He's a good nice ape. I think he only didn't like the violent guys. He just doesn't like violent people. That's good. Well, he's violent himself though. But then he's an ape. Apes are violent. They don't like,
I know the director, one of the directors has said, the more, do you think John Wayne Gacy is fake? They said he had 33 victims. We just talked about John Wayne Gacy a little bit ago. Fake as in, like you think the whole story is fake? Or do you think he's a fake clown? Do you think John Wayne Gacy is like, maybe he's like a poser, a clown? I think he's
I don't think he was born a clown. I think he put that costume on. He made it all up. Made up.
Yeah, he was a wannabe.
Yeah, he wanted to be a clown. He thought maybe killing people would get the job, but no, it's not that easy.
Yeah. Well, it's like you said, being a clown is like being Spider-Man. It's not like you choose it. You just wake up one day, you get bit by the spider, metaphorically, and you just
you get bit by Bozo.
Yeah, Bozo shows up in it's kind of like being bit by a vampire when they don't kill you.
Yeah, that's it. Bozo bite. It's bad. Oh.
Dude, they need to make more Well, actually, they need to make less clown horror movies, I will say. It gets oversaturated, and then it makes the clown genre look bad as a whole, because you got too many people wanting to do it, it's only meant for a select few, basically, is what I think.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, King Kong, he just likes, blonde white ladies. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with blonde white I love blonde white ladies, the basic white girls, as they call them nowadays. That's King Kong's taste, and I can appreciate that.
Yeah, well, he didn't get to meet many ladies. I mean, there was only one with him when they went to that island. I don't think there was many ladies there. I think he just had to choose the lady that was there. That was it.
Yeah, they should have just let him. They should have just let him keep her. Everything would have been fine if they showed up and he just took Fay Ray and they just said, "Okay, that's fine." Like that's he was good. He was nice to her. He protected her from that big dinosaur.
Exactly. She was doing all right. She had a good life. It's a sad end. Sad story. Sad. Poor King Kong.
Or running over Santa Claus. You run over a clown, you take over his clown persona. Is that an origin story for clowns too? If you accidentally run over a clown, you have to take over.
I think it could be. Yeah, yeah. I think it could be. I think that could happen. You run over a clown, you are gonna be a clown. Yeah, I think that's true.
Yeah, that'd be one of those moments where you don't choose it, it gets brought upon you. Like if I leave, if I go out for a drive later and I hit a clown, I now have to adopt that clown personality and take over his life, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, so there'll be a lot of circus work for you.
Circus work, I think sounds fun. I think it'd be cool to work in a carnival. I have a buddy that was a carny. I haven't talked to him in years, and he was only a ride operator. He wasn't anything cool, but he said his life was cool when he was doing it. He was just touring, basically.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, nice. Yeah, a carny. Oh, nice.
Yeah, it'd be like being a rock star, like you just live your life on a tour bus or a van, except you don't actually sign autographs or play shows or anything. You just work.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I can imagine. The jester or joker is said to be God. Oh, wait. What?
Maybe it's Clown Claus. Clown Claus. Like what, you're mixing Santa Claus with a clown now?
Yeah. The humor of the creator is also dark. Yeah, I like that. Oh, says it again. Yep.
He did kill everyone on Earth with a flood.
Now that was crazy. Why did he do that? I mean, they can't have been all bad. They can't have been all bad. He went mad. That was mad. Too much. And what about all the animals? There's only two of each animal on the fucking boat. He killed everybody because some people were bad. I mean, what a dick move. Jesus. No, Jesus. He wasn't around then. That was before him. I think he mellowed him. He mellowed God a bit. Jesus. He was, he was a good kid.
I've always been curious about the two of every animal on the boat. What about bugs? You have to go get 2 flies and 2 ants
Yeah.
and 2.
He did. He did. He's crazy. I mean, you wouldn't have had like single cell organisms. You can't have 2 of them. You don't need 2 of them. They split like that. But and then that makes another one. You don't need 2. They don't have sex. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, yeah. No, I've always been curious about the 2 of the animals. And how do you wrangle 2 tigers? What do you go? You gotta go tell the tigers like, hey, I need you guys to come with me, and it's just gonna go over well. They're gonna come with you. I don't think so.
No, no, they're not doing it. They're not going to come quietly. How big was the fucking ark? It can't be that big. Jesus Christ. A stupid story.
Yeah, that must have been real troublesome. I'm sure some people had to die. I'm sure he maybe employed some people to try and go get some of the animals, and it didn't go so well.
I think we would have had a lot. I think some of the animals must have been missed off. I reckon there were some pretty weird animals that they said, no, just don't put them on the boat. Don't put them on the boat. They're too weird. Look at them. Shit. Get rid of those animals. They're not doing anyone any favors. Don't put them on the boat. So we could have had all sorts of stuff. Now walking around, look, 2-headed giraffes or something. I don't know.
And when I was a kid, that's what I always thought happened to the dinosaurs. I thought he didn't take the dinosaurs. He said, "Nah, fuck the dinosaurs. We'll just leave them behind." And then the flood came in.
Well, now saying that was a good move because the dinosaurs they were pretty crazy. They were violent people. Oh, not people, reptiles. They were violent reptiles. Oh, Jesus, they were mad, massive, as big as a house. Eat your head. Jesus, no, no, no. I'm glad he didn't take the dinosaurs. I think you're right there. I think that's what happened.
Yeah, no, there's no way a world with dinosaurs would be a good world to live on.
Well, I've seen Jurassic Park. It doesn't work. You can't have them.
Yeah, just one of those things. One of those things. Some creatures, just unfortunately, they're just not. They don't make the cut. Dinosaurs fake. Yeah, I do. I also do entertain. I do entertain. I saw a video the other day about like the T Rex. Like this guy was like, "No way, the T Rex was real. The T Rex, if you look at it, like it's the way its legs, like there's no way it balanced the from front to back on just like two big legs like that." Then Noah looked out through the driving rain. Unicorns was hiding, playing silly games. Maybe that's what happened to the unicorns too. Maybe there were unicorns.
No, you should have saved the unicorns. And if you're gonna have unicorns today, they're pretty cool unicorns. Yeah. He drifted into the tide. Them unicorns looked up and they were, oh, well, that's a sad story.
Yeah, I would have saved the unicorns. The unicorns are cool. Camels and some chimpanzees, some cats, some rats, some elephants. But sure as you're born, you're never gonna see no unicorn.
With the Noah's Ark, he didn't kill like all the fish. They would have survived. So why? God's got no problem with fish.
You never seen a dino D. Yeah, no, I would never want to run into a. If you ever ran into a dinosaur out in the wild, all you can really do is surrender.
Yeah, I don't think that will work. I don't think they listen to reason.
No, I mean you just accept that you're gonna get eaten. You just surrender.
Oh, yeah. I see. Yeah. I was going to say, if you're going to argue that you should not be killed, I don't think they would listen. I just think they're just unreasonable. Unreasonable animals or reptiles. Is a reptile an animal?
I think I think so. I've always wondered if bugs were animals. Are bugs animals or is bug? I think a bug is like a whole different category.
Yeah, it could be like a vegetable.
But then I always thought animals were like even humans are animals. Some people will say.
Yeah, they do say that. I've heard that rumor. It's called the unicorn song. Yeah.
Oh, that's what you're saying. I never heard of the unicorn song. I just know that there was that unicorn movie with Jenna Ortega that came out a few months ago, and I never saw it. But I do like Jenna Ortega. I'm a big Jenna Ortega fan.
Is she Wednesday?
Yes, I do not watch that show, but I like Jenna Ortega.
Yeah, she's nice. She's a nice lady.
Yeah.
Not met her. I've never met her. I just seen her on the program Wednesday. I liked it. I have a python counts, birds outside raptors counts. Oh.
Yeah, Fizz, you're just popping off right now. I don't even know what's going on with you. All right, chat. If you guys have anything fun to say, you got to get it in right now. I'm going to wrap this thing up here pretty soon. Which I know I just said 10 minutes ago, but I am the king of doing that. I talk about wrapping things up, and then I don't wrap things up, but I am going to wrap things up.
I've never rapped to wrap a thing up.
No, I've actually never tried to rap in my life.
Well, it would go badly if I did that. It would be awful. But perhaps you could do it. I don't know. It's an American thing, isn't it, rapping?
Yeah, I guess that's true. I have a leg up on you there. But I think it's smart that I've never tried it. I couldn't even imagine how bad it would be.
Okay, well, don't do it then. Fair enough. Don't. It's a good idea.
Thanks for the surprise holiday stream. Yeah, for sure. The more. Oh, I might be back on tomorrow. I'm not sure. Tomorrow there might be another guest coming on. I'm still not sure yet, though. I'm waiting to hear back from my other co-host. The other guest would be I won't say who it would be, but it would be someone from LA, someone from Los Angeles, so a little bit more local. And like I said, I'm not entirely sure yet. He says that he can make it happen. I don't know yet. We'll find out. To handle business one last time, Grizelda Pughe, you do have a new song out today. It's on. You know what? I do have to ask you. When I look it up on Apple Music, I don't play music on the stream just because copyright stuff. I don't, all that. It does say under the genre that it is reggae. Is it actually reggae or is it not actually reggae?
Well, it's got a reggae beat. I think that's why it says that. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Do you set
It's
the
not really
genre?
it's not really the genre, no. But it's got the offbeat. So no. I don't know why it's got that written down. That seems strange.
I was gonna say, when you upload to Apple Music and Spotify, do you set the genre or do they do it themselves?
I think I think I do it. Maybe I did that by mistake. Has it got other genres?
All your other songs, they all say alternative.
Oh, oh, maybe I was a bit drunk that day. Whoops.
I would leave it as reggae because you might pull in some hardcore, reggae fans are hardcore about their reggae. You might pull in some and then surprise them a little bit.
Yeah, they'll be a little bit shocked. Yeah, they might not appreciate that. I don't know.
I think that'd be a good time. It just, surprise them a little bit. I've never uploaded anything. I've got some old music on Apple Music and Spotify, but I've never uploaded anything myself, so I wasn't sure. Fizz, yeah, Fizz, you would know when we're on tomorrow. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what time it would be. If if we are doing it, I'll post about it on the YouTube page or on the Instagram or whatever. Like I said, it just depends on the guest. It's a guest. He's I think well known in LA. He's the son of a well known person. I think that's like the best way to put it. It's a musician, and yeah, like I said, I'm not entirely sure if we're doing it tomorrow or not, but we might. That'd be the plan for us. Grizelda, I'll put. I always put when I have a guest on, I'll put your links, like the typical stuff in the YouTube description of this video. I'll have your YouTube channel linked, and I think you have an Instagram. I'll probably link your Instagram in there too. Get all that good stuff out of the way. But
Nice.
yeah. So I guess that's how I'm gonna wrap it. First of all, thanks for coming on. Um,
It's been a pleasure. I've really enjoyed this. It's been great. Great chat.
love Dread Zeppelin. Who is Dread Zeppelin?
I've heard of Dread Zeppelin. Yeah, they're cool. Yeah, I think they're nice.
Are they a reggae band?
Kinda. That's yeah. It's quite. It's quite long. That's a long time ago. Let's go back sometime.
Okay. I might have to check this out. This might be the final note I walk with. Actually, I do need to check out Two-Headed Sharks. That is one of the main things I need to check out after this. Two-Headed Sharks, Dread Zeppelin, I guess. Maybe I should watch that episode of Seinfeld with the clown. That's maybe something else I
Yeah,
could take
boy.
away.
Yeah, great one. Yeah.
But other than that, yeah, fucking A. Happy Halloween. It's been a
Happy
dandy.
Halloween.
Yeah, first of all, every day is Halloween if you're cool enough. That is the first thing to say. But it is actual Halloween. So yes, happy Halloween.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, for sure, right on. Do you have any last notes or are we gonna take off?
Oh no, that's it for me. I really enjoyed it. Thank you for having me on. It's been nice to talk to someone different. Thank you.
Yeah, talking to new people is always good. Lee shows
Yeah.
up, of course, at the last minute.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Lee, we were literally logging off, but now we gotta wait and see if you have anything
Hello,
fun.
Lee.
Is it Noah Wyland who is your secret guest? No, it is not Noah Wyland. Who is Noah Wyland?
Is he the same Noah from the Ark?
Oh yeah, it's the same guy that doomed the dinosaurs.
Yes, you dick asshole. And the two-headed giraffe. Where's he
Okay.
gone, Lee? Did he come back?
Noah Wyland is Scott Wyland's son. I kind of figured. Don't leave now. I just tuned in. All right, we could do a few more. We could do a few more minutes if you're down.
That's because he got the time difference wrong.
Yeah. Lee, you got to bring the heat though. You got to bring the heat.
I love you too, Lee. I love you very much, very, very much. He's a lovely guy.
Scott Weiland's son. Yeah, no, it would not be Scott Weiland's son. It would be the guy that I stream with on Wednesdays. He tells me that he's buddies with Paul Stanley's kid. So that is who the guest would be if we have him on. It'd be Evan Stanley is who. Are you down to clown? Yeah, I think everyone's down to clown.
Always down.
I mean, if you're not down to clown, what you know?
What are you doing? What are you, some kind of unclown?
Somebody
Yeah,
that's not fun at parties.
yeah. Someone, yeah, it's true.
Stone Temple Pilots. I like Stone Temple Pilots. Stone Temple Pilots, they've got, I'm not a huge fan. They've got some songs that I like a lot, though. And I will say they're not a grunge band. They're just an alternative rock band.
Sounds
So,
true.
yeah. I didn't even know Scott Weiland had a kid. I guess they all have kids. All rock stars have kids.
Yeah, that could be true. That could be true. Have you Googled that?
Have I looked up, do all rock stars have kids?
Yeah, look it up.
I know actually Rob Zombie does not have a kid. That's usually my go-to.
Okay. Oh, he's fucking the trend. That's good. That's good. That's good for him. Well done.
Grace showing love for Grizelda.
Hi, Grace. Hi there. How are you doing?
Okay, what I want to know is if Grizelda could do a clown show for a big rich person, private property, who would they do it for? Okay, yeah, what rich person would you do a clown show for?
It's Richard Gere every day. Richard Gere.
Back to Richard Gere. We'd be doing. Is Richard Gere still alive?
I don't know, but if he is, I'm gonna go and do a party for him. And whoever else would like to turn up, I think it would be nice. It'd be a nice day for Richard Gere.
He is still alive.
Oh, is he? How old is he?
He's 76.
Oh, wow. Maybe I shouldn't do it. He's a bit old. Well, he might not like that. Old people don't like clowns too much anymore.
I think he can handle it. I think he can handle a lot. And if it's not always accurate, but if you look up his net worth, it is $120 million. So you could get a pretty good paycheck out of doing a clown show for Richard Gere.
Yeah. Think Julia Roberts will be there?
Hopefully Julia Roberts will be there. Hopefully she's not a man, but even if she is, I'm still fine with her being there.
Cool. Nice.
Rob Zombie did probably eat his child. Probably ate his child. Richard Gere and Diddy. I'd perform for Diddy.
Sorry. Diddy. Oh, Prince Andrew, yeah. He's not my kind of guy, Prince Andrew.
And then do you do tricks with gerbils?
Well, apparently that's not true. We just looked that up. It isn't true. I thought it was true, but apparently it's not true. Richard Gere didn't do any tricks with gerbils. Apparently it's a lie, which I can't believe, personally. I think he probably did. That's how he got the job. Pretty Woman. I think that's what we agreed. I can't remember now.
I still think it's true. I think he's lying.
Yeah. I mean, what was the evidence? The evidence was that he had just debunked it himself. Well, I could debunk a lot of things I've done. Well, I not discuss that. But anyway, yeah. It's the thing you serve is smoking. That gets me off a lot of stuff. Yeah,
that's what's crazy is that, they're like, oh, he debunked it himself. I'm like, okay, I could also debunk a lot of things about me. It doesn't, but probably means I actually did them.
Yeah, it definitely does. It must feel good to have.
I don't know anything about the royal family, so this is all you guys.
Oh yes, he's not popular.
Thing is with Richard Giggs is you have to bring your own gear. Yeah.
Oh, that's low. That's a low blow. I like it.
I think Richard Gere could spare some gear for you to perform with.
Maybe, yeah. What kind of gear?
Well, I wonder if you did this performance. I was in LA at the time, and it was well known. Yeah, it was well known that he liked gerbils.
Yeah.
Or he's saying it's well known that Richard Gere would make you bring your own gear.
Or the fentanyl thing that I just made up. That could go down. I mean, that could be the new thing with Richard Gere.
You travel in the gerbil in the ass community of LA. Do you get like a license for that? I would assume you have to get a license for that. Yeah. My
Yeah.
folks were in fashion, and it was an LA rumor, not a press thing solely. I would trust the LA rumor circuit more than I trust the press. That's for sure. That's actually usually where the real news comes from, is the rumor circuits. You got to ask the people down on the streets. You can't be asking the press. The press is full of people like Richard Gere who are going to debunk his own life facts or whatever you want to call it.
It's true. It's true. I mean, he's a corrupt guy. Corrupt. Evil. Possibly. I don't know. I can't think of anything else to say about him, actually. Fashionistas. Oh. Okay, so there's more gerbils coming. The gerbils are coming thick and fast.
Yeah, we're on the hot gerbil topic for a while
Yeah.
now.
Gerbils
Lee,
are getting a hot press.
Lee, what time is it for you right now?
It's 26 minutes past 9.
Are you guys both in the same time zone?
But Lee is in the same time zone as me, yes.
Okay.
He's West Coast, by the way. He's West Coast. I'm East Coast. He's West Coast of England. So that's different from America because they're only 100 miles apart. Whereas I think in America, they're more than that.
Do you guys have beef?
Beef.
Like West
We
Coast,
do have beef. Yeah, we have beef and we have chicken, but nothing else. That's it. Two meats. Two meats in England. It's dreadful.
Okay, so East and West are cool over there. There's no.
Well, one in the east of England, they drink like lager, and in the west of England, they drink cider. There's two different apples and hops. It's different, but that's it. That's the only difference between us, really. And they talk it. They talk with a sort of twang accent. We talk more with a southern accent.
I guess that makes sense. There's definitely an East Coast accent and a West Coast accent over here, and both people don't know that they have them. Is I think like the main thing.
Yeah, it's true.
UK only has one. Okay, one time zone, I think is what he's saying. I'm not in anyone's time zone. Okay, Lee flies by his own rules. He's got his own time zone going on.
Okay, nice, good. That's a good thing.
Yeah, big roivory. Did you mean to say roivory?
Roivory.
Potatoes, leeks, carrots, turnips. We're going off on food right now.
Do you know, in Scotland, they call turnips nips, and they call potatoes tatties. They got nips and tatties.
The nips term is pretty funny. Lee, okay, so Lee, you are Tupac, and Grizelda is Biggie. You know, I know
I'm a
Biggie. I think Biggie only had one album, but I think I would go Biggie over Tupac if I had to choose.
Oh,
You can't only produce the stuff that makes stews.
yeah, it's true. We have a lot of stew. It's either a beef or a chicken stew. It's nice, but it's boring.
I'm not a big stew fan. I like ramen. I usually don't like my food floating in water. That's kind of one of my main things, but I do like ramen.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Oh, ramen floats in water, doesn't it?
Yeah, ramen, that's kind of like my exception. It does float in water. We drive lowriders and they invented block parties.
I think that's true.
Lowriders I've always liked a good lowrider. Good neeps and tatty mention.
Yeah, you got to get it in there somewhere. There are neeps and tatties and dumplings. The dumplings that go in the stew, not the dumplings that get like push dumplings. Old-fashioned dumplings. Royal rivalry, royal ovary.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking when you typed out rivalry. I thought you were implying that this is a rivalry beyond a rivalry that normal people experience, which makes sense to me. Of course, it makes total sense to me. Lee and Grace, have you guys ever seen two-headed sharks?
I'm guessing not. I think they haven't. My guess is they haven't seen two-headed shark.
That's called broth. Yeah, Fist, I know it's called broth. I was kind of just being funny. It's just I don't like my food floating in water. I don't like my food floating in any liquid. I prefer my food to be, not wet. I'm insulted both as me and as Pac. Tupac, I don't know. I've just never been a big Tupac guy. And I do like some rap and some hip hop, but I prefer the more violent stuff. That is definitely a thing for me. But that's what I came here for. So, and stew is the broth is actually the healthy part to eat. Yeah, I prefer the not healthy parts. I do not want the healthy part.
Frank Zappa had a song which mentioned dog broth. So you can have a dog broth.
I don't know. I think I just whatever food, any food that I eat, if there's a healthy part and an unhealthy part, throw the healthy part away and just give me the healthy part. Or no, sorry, throw the healthy part away and just give me the unhealthy part. That's where I'm coming at. That's where I'm coming at this from. Had enough wine to see a two-headed shark. Okay. Well, you got to see the movie Two-Headed Sharks because Brooke Hogan is in this movie, and Carmen Electra is in this movie.
It's true.
No,
I don't even know who they are. I've seen the film and I didn't know who those people are. It's amazing. It's great. It's a great film.
This guy's called he doesn't like it wet, duly noted. Yeah, no, I do not like my food wet. I do not like anything wet. I'm a very dry human being. I know what you're getting at, Fizz. I know what you're getting at. Brooke Hogan is Hulk Hogan's daughter.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, the daughter of Hulk Hogan was in Two-Headed Sharks. That's awesome.
That's where she got her acting skills.
Yeah. Yeah, that would explain it. She did some acting in a wrestling promotion called TNA back in like the 2010s when Hulk Hogan was working there. And she was a notoriously terrible actor, even in wrestling.
Even in the wrestling circles.
Yeah, you got to be pretty bad for the wrestling circles to tell you that you're a bad actor.
You're pretty bad, especially if you're Hulk Hogan's daughter. Yeah, Jesus. You put the bro in broth. I think I do.
Carmen Electra, oof. I never know when people say oof, is that good or bad? Because people text out a lot. They'll say something and then they'll say oof. Does that mean like oof? I get the idea that you just tripped over something. Carmen Electra is a prince protege. What does that even mean? Is she the daughter of someone important? Oh, she was married to Rob Patterson. I do know that much. Her father. Oh no, her father was Rob Patterson. Sorry. Oh no, it was her partner. Never mind. It was not her father. She was married to Dennis Rodman. That's what I forgot. I forgot that she was married to Dennis Rodman.
Dennis who? Waterman?
Yeah,
That would be it. Dennis Waterman sang the theme tune and wrote the theme tune. It's a British joke. It's not going to work. It's not coming. Who? Oh, he's
Love to the Nines and the Continental by Prince and did a whole album before she was in Baywatch. Oh, so
just before the episode or before.
I would assume before, but she was a rapper. That sounds terrible. I think of the sound clip, oof, meaning we just kicked over a hornet's nest. That woman has had more jobs in Hollywood than many people should. What kind of jobs are we talking? She's one of the serially famous people. The Sweeney shout out.
Yeah. You gotta love the Sweeney. It's a great show. I love the Sweeney. The Sweeney. The Sweeney. Da, 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 da.
When people mention the Sweeney, I of course think
Oh, they're talking about the police.
Just dated Dave Navarro. Oh, I always hated Dave Navarro. I do love Jane's Addiction, though. My mom loves Jane's Addiction, but I always hated Dave Navarro himself. He's just kind of a goober to me. Okay, The Sweeney is a British police drama. I didn't know this.
Yeah, listen to the theme tune. Goes like that. Pretty good.
She can't not be famous. She so just like Madonna, she pokes her whore-like head up above ground. Jesus Christ, Fizz. Say some wild shit, famous again for you, and then disappear to the. I mean, that's kind of what I'm trying to do with my life. So I guess I can't say anything negative about that. I'm trying to just poke my head up and say wild shit, and then get famous for a year, and then disappear. Yeah, cocaine too, of course. But Prince liked to put hot girls in the studio. Oh yeah, because Prince was a wise man. Prince knew that you know, what else are you gonna do with a studio? You're gonna put not hot girls in a studio?
It's true.
I think not. I think especially if you're Prince. I mean, I think Prince was murdered. There's my hot take of the stream. I think somebody killed Prince.
Oh, yeah, I think that's true too. I think they did. I think that lift went up too fast. I think his legs buckled. They were shooting up to the ceiling, up to that roof. That lift was going too fast. Probably something like what happened to Cody Bryant. That's okay,
Yeah.
David.
David Navarro loves himself enough for the entire planet.
And Prince was tiny. He was a wafy little thin man. That lift, if it was going to G-force, he would have been buckled like a twig, broken like a twig. Dreadful. Oh my God. That's why they said his hips were funny. Awful death for him. Poor Prince. Oh, sad for him.
Yeah, definitely a Kobe Bryant type deal. Good for you, dude. Which dude? There's like 3 dudes you could be referring to right now. You got to specify which dude. The Kobe Bryant thing, I'm always back and forth on. But Kobe Bryant definitely should have had the money to hire a better helicopter pilot. That's for damn sure.
And Prince should have got a better lift. That's true. That's true.
Yeah,
they got the money. No, they don't need dangerous lifts or helicopter pilots or helicopters.
They Them Energy Girl's not a Torta though. That's the one thing though. Torta is a very specific. There are requirements to be a Torta, and I know this because I used to be a Torta expert.
What is a Tortar expert?
Somebody who specializes in identifying a Torta, which is, you know, a chunky Mexican gal.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, okay.
Yeah, the Them Energy gal, she's not a Mexican gal, so she's just, you know, she's just a chunky, basic white gal. Whereas the Tortas, you know, they're a Hispanic.
Okay.
I like Dave, and also think Pete was killed. Okay, you like Dave Navarro. That's fine. That's fine. As long as you agree that Prince was killed. Yeah, Prince was definitely killed. And Michael Jackson, too. They both died in similar, you know. If when you're famous and you die alone in a room with a doctor, sorry, I think you were killed.
Yeah, it's true.
Only famous people die alone in bedrooms with doctors. The one trying to pop his head up and say wild shit and get famous for a year. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's me. That is me. Nice. Did you just assume her nationality? Yes. I'll go out on a limb and say yes. I assume everybody's nationality, and I've never been wrong. Everyone whose nationality I've ever assumed, I've been completely correct. No one's ever proven me wrong. I've taken the stairs forever. Don't care if it's 12 stories. Yeah, elevators are scary.
Yeah, I mean, going up too fast or down too fast, you're toast. There's no good way of There's no good way to die in an elevator. Well, I don't know, maybe there is, but not in my opinion. But I could be wrong. Actually, I think there could be a good way to die in an elevator. Just like to find what love in an elevator. Well, who sang that?
Aerosmith, right?
Oh yeah, dreadful, dreadful, dreadful rubbish. Oh, and Kurt was killed.
If you're referencing Kurt Cobain, I don't believe Kurt Cobain was murdered. I know that's like a trendy theory nowadays, but I think he OD'd, or I mean, shot himself. But I'm also biased.
Maybe he OD'd after he shot him. No, that wouldn't work. No, they didn't do that. Sorry.
I've known a couple people that have shot themselves and then OD'd.
Really? Okay. How?
No, I don't think the way he Fizz is our local contrarian. Whatever you say in chat, Fizz will say that, he'll bring you the contrarian take. It's kind of the way that I think of it. And I'm married to Grace, so I like her a lot. I would hope so. I would hope the two people are married, like each other, but I guess that's not always a given nowadays. I think a lot of people are married and don't like each other, but I'm glad to hear that you guys are married and you do like each other. Fizz is sus. Yeah, Fizz is sus. Fizz is also sus on everybody. So don't take that as a sign of offense. Fizz is still sus on me, and Fizz has been in my chat for, I don't know, a few months, probably almost a year at this point.
It's good going.
Yeah, that's the way I usually like to keep it. I only like to associate with people that are suspicious about me at all times.
Okay, I'll remember that.
Yeah, just makes things more interesting. You never get to be comfortable. You always gotta watch what you say.
Yeah, that's true. Profound, almost.
Kind of makes your life like a police drama in a sense.
Like the Sweeney. Oh, we're back there. 7 degrees. Oh, fantastic.
Everything always goes back to clowns, and everything now is always going to go back to the Sweeney.
I bet there was a clown in the Sweeney.
It's no fun if everyone agrees on everything. That is true. If I could have a live chat of like 100 people all just arguing consistently, that's what I would do. Hold on, I want to go back and see how long. Lee, since you came in right when I was about to wrap things up, I'm still about this. What is this, like the third or fourth time now that I've said? I'm telling you, this is like the main theme of the stream, is that I will say we're going to wrap up. Somebody will pop up, and then we don't wrap up, and then it'll go on.
It's like film Airplane. You're coming in. I'm telling you, what does he say? We're all counting on you. We're all counting on you. He keeps coming through the door saying that. You keep wrapping up. You're like the Leslie Nielsen of YouTube.
Yeah, no, Lee, you got to bring some heat before I wrap up real quick. I don't know. Say something that will get my YouTube channel banned permanently.
Who, Lee?
Anyway, I feel bad making Grizelda stay, and you carry on, but thanks for staying. Go when you need to, though. Oh, well, now you're saying you feel bad. Now I feel bad. No, don't. You don't gotta feel bad about this. It's like having a long-term girlfriend without getting married. If you want to keep the relationship together, you have to be a decent human being to continue the relationship. No, I say just be a terrible human being at all times.
That's what John Boy Gacy did. He was terrible.
Yeah, but you can be a terrible person without ruining the entire community for everyone else. Like, he could have been a terrible person without ruining it for clowns.
Ah, that's true, actually, yeah. Oh, you got a good point there. Yeah.
Once you're married, you have that piece of paper, and then all of a sudden you're in a shared relationship. I think that's unfortunately true for like half the people that get married. There are a lot of married people that don't like each other, and it just seems like it kind of happens out of nowhere. But then there's also people that aren't married that don't like each other. Let's see. I think Lee and Fizz are the last two survivors in chat. Fizz is always a survivor in chat. Fizz always makes it from the beginning to the end. people always drop off. Like earlier, we had a few people they drop off, which is fine. Fizz just happens to be the one that always is the last one that costs you thousands of dollars to get out. Yeah, divorces should be free. That'd be another thing I do if I was a politician. I'd say your divorce should be free. You can go on your way. It's all good.
Well, we had a king that was like that. Chop the heads off.
Yeah, that would keep things simple and free as well.
It's very free for him. There was no problem. He even invented a whole new religion just so he could divorce people. It was clever man.
Oh, I've always wanted to create a religion. I think that'd be so much fun.
Yeah, you should. Could it be clown based, or do you think not? I don't know.
I'd think of a high role for clowns in the group. I'd think of something for them.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. Anything. I'd do anything to be a head of a religion.
Yeah, exactly. John Wayne Gacy could have just ruined it for chunky, awkward white guys.
You could have done, yeah. There's quite a lot of things got ruined for chunky white dudes. Yeah, awkward.
But instead, he had to drag the clowns into it too, and it's like, yeah, come on.
Yeah. It's a whole community. We didn't need that as a community. We didn't need it. That's what I think. Anyway. I'm probably wrong.
No, I think it's true. I guess what are you going to do though? You can't control everybody. Everyone's going to do dumb shit.
You can't. Not anymore. I did try for a while. I was trying to control a lot of people, but they just got away from me. Got out of my cellar. It was terrible. Really annoying.
If you create a religion though, that'd be one way to control a lot of people.
Oh yes.
I don't have much shocking things to say to get you banned, to be honest, but I think that's something extra. I can't. I read chat messages way too fast, and then it sounds like I'm just kind of mumbling. Yeah, definitely think of something for next time. Next time you're on, think of something to say to get the channel banned. So the clown-based religion sounds pretty awesome. It wouldn't be a clown-based religion. I would just have a high position for clowns.
Like a bishop. I'd be a bishop.
Yeah, exactly. You'd have a good position. You'd be taken care of, and you'd have a good house. You'd live in a mansion.
Or could I be like, because you got like God, and then you got Jesus. Could I be like I could be Joseph, the Joseph of your religion.
Yeah, that would make sense. That'd be a good position to have.
Yeah, or Noah. Actually, I think that would be great because I could choose all the animals to get on my boat. I think I'd do that. Yeah, Noah. I want to be Noah in your religion.
That we could do that. Just don't let dinosaurs on the boat.
Nope, no dinosaurs. I can't think of any other animals off the top of my head that I don't like. Cockapoos. They're annoying.
Yeah, we can kick them out. Lee, I'm with you on that. I hate James Corden. James Corden is such a goober.
Oh, he's a dick. Bleak dick. He's always singing in that fucking car. What's he doing that for?
Yeah, the car thing. You'd think this guy like created car singing or something.
Yeah, no.
James Corden is a chunky gay guy. He does is there something specific that the chunky gay guy does that the chunky guy does not do? He's got that lisp and he sings randomly for no reason. And then how would I bash the bishop?
Oh, Lee. I could give you many lessons in how to do that, I tell you. Oh.
Yeah, there's always got to be a way to take out the bishop. Yeah, no, I'd think of a god-like character, and then, there'd be a hierarchy. There'd be some kind of god and like his son, and, and they're all similar. You just got to think about a way to present it to the people well enough. And sometimes you don't even have to present it well enough. Like the guy that made Mormonism didn't even have a good presentation, but people still went with it.
Yeah, people are idiots. There you go. That's the whole basis. No, I'm not going to say that. No, I'm not going to stoop that low. People are all idiots, and that's why we have a lot of religion. That's not good.
I think the main thing for me is that I want people's wives. Everyone that starts a religion, there's some loophole where it's like, if you want to join, you got to give me your wife, and then we'll reproduce. That's what I want. I want people's wives. Lee, I know you've been talking about your wife. Don't worry, your wife is totally fine. I'm not going to come after your wife. Grizelda, I won't come after any of your girls. That'll be one of the clown things. If you're a clown, you get to keep your own girls.
Yeah, Betty Boop. She stays.
Exactly. But a lot of the other people, I'm gonna require, you gotta hand deliver your wife to me in the name of the religion, of course. It's like the guy in Texas, in Waco, Texas. I can't remember his name, but he was always, that was like part of his thing was taking people's wives and
Yeah. Is that Waco?
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a good. That was a great, great end to that religion. Great end. Really
Yeah,
dramatic.
That's how you want your religion to go out.
Yeah, definitely. Guns are blazing. That's amazing. That's so much better than all the others. They haven't even ended yet. Well, actually, that's not true. When they end, they might end better than Waco. They might go really tits up.
Yeah, no, we'll have to think of something bigger. We'll have a bigger
Yeah,
Guns Blazing episode. Netflix will make a better documentary about my religion than they made about the Waco, Texas ordeal. That's for sure.
100%. Yeah, definitely.
All right. This is the final time. I talk about wrapping it up like Kiss talks about going on their farewell tour. We're at an hour 50 minutes, so we got to get 2 hours under our belt. I'm gonna call it. Grizelda, I'll have all your stuff in the description of the video, so whenever people click on it, they can find
Thank
the
you very
YouTube
much.
channel. They can find the music. Fist says, in the name of Jared Leto, I submit this bitch to your harem. I love Jared Leto, though. I'm a big Jared Leto fan. I do have to say that. I know that makes me the odd man out, but 30 Seconds to Mars, they're killer. Well, they have one really good album. Anyways, we're gonna wrap it. Grizelda, thanks for coming on.
Thank you very much for having me.
Happy Halloween to everyone left. I'm gonna hit the outro, and yeah, once we're off screen and you see the outro, you can take off whenever.
Go.
Right on. Good times. Happy Halloween, everyone else.
And we're all here today to groove and have a beautiful time together, and that it's only the beginning. Sometimes I think I'm drunk, and then I realize I am drunk. Sometimes I think